So instead of just coming over here and talking about the release, which is basically what I said I'd start doing, I'm going to go through some of the songs that are going to be on the third album coming out on Friday and just kind of give a little rundown of what they are and the mindset of what I wrote them in. Uh, First track on there is called Honey Hole. If there's anybody that hunts, fishes, you pretty much know what the term honey hole means. Well, I gave it a little bit of a twist just for fun, and I actually wanted to write it in a 90s style. I wanted it to sound like an old 90s country song, 90s, early 2000s, late 90s, around the 90s song. So that one was fun. Looking forward to seeing the traction on that one. The next one is one that I actually wrote back in 2011. And I had it, and it was written for a different genre, but I blended it over and just kind of reworked everything to sound, basically like a pop country song, more with some of the just more popular EDM type sounds. And that one's called Green Eyed Lady. It actually turned out much better than I anticipated because I've got a lot of songs that I've had in my booklet that when I tried to kind of transcribe them to different genres, they really didn't work. But Green Eyed Lady worked pretty flawlessly. The next one you'll see is You'll Figure It Out Someday. That's one that's anybody who's in a relationship, any from a guy's perspective, if you're in a relationship with a woman, especially if you're married, um, sometimes it can feel like when you're with your wife, you're on a roller coaster of emotions. So that's kind of what it's about, and just sharing. And it's still from a funny aspect, from a fun and loving aspect of you know how crazy our women can get sometimes, and you know their emotions are much more everywhere than ours are, and that's just a point of view I took from it and just wrote it that way. I'll come back and go over some more.